Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with King. Just get the disclaimer out of the way. This is not intended as financial advice. Please do your due diligence before making any decisions based on this information. I do have the chat box up and going. If you guys got any questions or anything along those lines, just let me know, and I will definitely go over them. So we will start off today looking at the weekly chart. And again, we did get that green one there, but I like I said before, I just felt that wasn't going to go anywhere. So again, as we predicted, we were going to fall, and I still expect us to, at absolute minimum, test the bottom of the BB at 5,500 at this point right now. That's kind of what I see happening. For the more midterm, it may take the rest of the week, but I expect this weekly candle to test the bottom of the BB, and we'll see what happens at that point. Remember, we still have this descending triangle here. It's kind of taking up the entire triangle here. So, I expect this to break down. If it breaks down, the target for this particular drop would be half of your height here, which is about $3,300 is where I could see Bitcoin falling. So it's very possible. Now, does it happen? Who knows? But it is possible, so keep it in mind. We also have to keep in mind that the ETF decision is coming on the 30th. I believe it'll be delayed or moved out till next year. I think that it will be approved in due time, maybe early in the 2019 year, but we'll see. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. So basically, on the weekly chart, like I said, I still feel that we're very bearish. We've got a red 1. We may see a red 2 under the weekly here and continue to fall. So keep that in mind. If we jump over to the hourly with the fibs, as I projected yesterday, I was telling you guys in the chat room, we had this ascending triangle, or not ascending triangle, sorry, rising wedge going here. We had one here, it broke down. We had one here, and it finally broke down last night. And we broke through all the MAs that were holding us up. Both the 100 and the 200 MA were below the 50, which is what leads me to believe that we need to be careful here, because there is a chance, and let me just add them on here real quick. There is a chance that let's see here. Okay, so you had your 50 cross over your 100 MA, and then we also have the 200 MA, which is another one I wanted to put in there. Okay, which again, we broke through that MA as well. Now, I expect us to, like I've been saying, in this bear market, there's no reason for us to believe that we're just going to all of a sudden go on a bull run. It's probably not going to happen. So I'm super bearish still. I'm a full bull in my heart, but right now it's just not working. I believe we may bounce around in this channel here for a little while, this bottom channel, the last channel, before we eventually break down and at least test the 6,000 area, which would be a full reach, which would be basically falling back to the bottom of where we fell a few weeks ago. And I think that we're still gonna continue more downward. The hourly TSI is obviously was oversold. It's coming back a little bit. I expect this to come up a little bit more. We may see the 63.50 range if we're lucky. That would be my short entry at this point, 63.40 to 63.50, and then maybe buy up or add to it if need be. Is kind of what my plan would be. So we'll just have to see what happens, but I believe that that is the play here right now on the hourly chart. Let's check out the 4-hour chart. Again, on the 4-hour chart, we broke below all MAs. Again, you have your 50 MA literally about to cross over on the 200 MA, which this could get pretty ugly here. If this crossover goes through, then there's a chance that the next 4-hour candle, which will start in about 15 minutes, could go bloody, and could go bloody very fast. So keep that in mind. If you are short on Bitcoin, I'd hold on to it a little while. We'll get to Ethereum in a little while, but that's kind of my plan here. I do think we're going to break this bottom channel here pretty soon. So keep that in mind. Again, also you still have the, actually, sorry, this is the 100 MA going to cross over the 200 MA. So we need to, you know, that's a bearish sign. So let's see what happens. And also your TSI on your 4-hour still has a little bit more room to fall before it's really in the oversold condition. If we go to the 12-hour chart, again, the same thing. Your TSI still has plenty of room to fall. Most likely will test the oversold conditions before it starts to come back up. Again, leading me to believe that we will break this bottom channel. And most likely head down to sub 6K sometime by the end of the week. It's kind of what I'm seeing. I haven't drawn a retracement fib yet on this from here to here, because it's really irrelevant at this point. I'm still playing the channels and our original drop, so let's keep that in mind. If we go to the daily chart looks scary. Again, still has a lot of room to fall. It was rejected at the center line. Most likely will come back down to test the bottom and do an oversold condition again on the 1 day. As again, if you look at the 1 day, again, this is another sign that if you look at this candle here, this candle engulfed 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 full days in one candle. I believe that this is going to continue to do this, so just keep in mind we should keep on falling here for at least a little while. Again, you have the 50 MA crossed back under the 100 MA here. So again, that crossover is what is killing us, and I just don't think we're going to make it back at this point. And if you look at the daily chart, really, if you look at it, this is 100% a bear flag, and now it's starting to show its head that the breakdown is coming. So keep that in mind. Let's jump over to the BB. Start on the 1 hour and we'll go from there. Now on the BB, as you can see, the price was getting squeezed here on the hourly chart, and it finally broke down. We did have a candle close under the BB, but this bounce is not a very strong bounce. You got a sequential 9 telling you that short term it may be a good long entry. The problem is you want to see a green 1 or a green 2 above a green 1 before you enter this trade, and I just don't see it happening. So stay away from that. Again, if you really look at the hourly chart, I mean, the worst case scenario is that it may come back and test this 200 MA on the hourly, which is at about 6,400, which, you know, I'm thinking 6,350 area to short again. If it gets there, that is possible. You have your stop and reverse points there as well. So that is possible. Now, if we look at 4-hour chart, again, we're having this one candle here that may close outside of the BB. Again, you have a red 2 under a red 1, which is a perfect short signal. And obviously that paid off. So congratulations to all you guys that are in my VIP and are following me on following us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, anything along those lines. If you did that, you should have caught this fall. So congratulations. If we move to the, I don't really care for the 6-hour chart. Oops. 12-hour chart. Now, this is where, again, we still show you've got your stop and reverse point set here at 6,100. I still believe that I think that this candle will come down and test the bottom of the BB and most likely ride it down quite a bit. It's starting to open back up. The price isn't squeezing, so I believe that there is a chance that we break this stop and reverse point and follow this BB down quite a bit on the 12-hour. Then obviously if we go to the 1-day chart, there's all kinds of room to fall. The BB is spreading as this is coming down. So I believe that, again, 58, 59 area is almost a certainty at this point. We'll see. We need to break out of the channel of the bear flag. So we'll just need to watch it. But I do expect this all to happen this week. So this should come down and drop pretty dangerously. I think we're going to fall hard. So just keep that in mind. Let's go check out the oscillators. Now on the oscillators, for your 4-hour, your TSI never really touched oversold yet. Your RSI did. I tend to use the TSI more than the RSI. I think the TSI is a lot more accurate. It's more of a super fine RSI. Again, your momentum is now down again, and we're starting a red trend down here, which could get ugly. Your CMF is also falling. Okay, you crossed over bear here, and then we dumped. So I think that it still looks good on a short basis. I wouldn't just jump in now, but it is a we've got some room to fall. So on the Stotch RSI, it's down in that oversold area. We may see a little rebound, but again, the trend is down. There's a lot of bearish divergence here. The RSI has been falling the entire time, but the price has been climbing. So let's just keep an eye on that. Let's go to the 1-hour chart where everything should be oversold. Yep. So we're oversold on TSI, or we're coming back up. We're not quite oversold anymore. Your MACD, it's kind of turning a little bit, but not much. Your momentum is still down. Your CMF is down. So again, your RSI on the 4-hour is oversold, but your TSI is telling you that it's not. So just keep an eye on that. Let's check the 12-hour. On the 12-hour chart, your MACD is turning bearish, and it could get ugly soon. So again, this is turning bearish. Your momentum is weak. Your CFM is coming down. You're not quite oversold on the RSI or the TSI, and your Stotch has a lot of room to fall on the 12-hour. So over the midterm, the next day or so, 2 days, I truly believe that this is going to continue in a downward trend. And let's hopefully find a bottom this week. Let's see if we can keep going and find somewhere to stop out at. So that is a possibility. On the daily, again, your RSI or your MACD on the daily went green a little here, and then now we're having again a bearish crossover. CMF is falling, RSI is falling, TSI is falling, and your Stotch has room to keep on going down. So, and your momentum is you're losing momentum, about to go red. I believe that again, this is still have a lot of room to fall. And yeah, Ether. We'll get to Ether here in just a second, guys. But yeah, Ether has again tanked. It is under the 200 mark, which again I expected it to happen. And I still believe that 180 is the mark for now, as long as Bitcoin continues to fall. So we're just going to go ahead and hold our positions just a little bit longer. We're not going to be weak-handed here. We're going to hold these bad boys and see where we end up at. I believe that they're still going to keep on falling. So, let's just keep that in mind. So anyways, let's just keep that in mind. Again, Ether is falling. I don't think that it's going to go back up. I mean, I don't know. People think that Ether is a good long now, but I wouldn't touch it if I were you guys. So anyway, let's jump to Ether. Here, actually, let's look at that real quick. Longs and shorts, again, the one thing that is kind of sketchy is these shorts are really high again. But it's just because of the fact that people are smart. People are learning this game. They're learning that longing Bitcoin right now is just not smart. I mean, you can look back all the way through August 14th through today. You're looking at a month period of time of long staying pretty damn steady. They don't want nothing to do with long in this. So keep that in mind. And just make sure that you keep that in mind that this could try to squeeze, but I think that we're going to get more profit taking than we are squeezing at this point. So just keep that in mind, and we'll go from there. So anyway, let's jump to Ether. Now, are you guys even sure you want to see the Ether chart? Let's see here. So this is the Ether daily chart. Again, shows that it's kind of been painting this nice little bear flag here. I can really care too less about the daily chart on Ether at this point. It just looks bad. It's not going anywhere good. So on Ether, Ether is showing us that we have a chance to at least get an 8 and a 9 candle down, which is very possible. Your 13 sequential here did nothing except for kept falling. So just keep that in mind. I believe Ether will at least test that 180 mark no matter what, and then we'll kind of evaluate it as the day goes along. Ether's very oversold, like very oversold, but it's been oversold all year. I mean, this thing is not really touched an overbought condition in a while. So again, if you look at it, there's a lot of bearish diversions here. I believe that Ether's in big trouble as well, as it broke its 200 MA just now. Now, if we can close under that 200 MA, it's going to get ugly. So just keep that in mind. If somehow this pulls back, but we just broke the 200 MA, I don't see it happening again. So just keep that in mind. Let's go to, again, you had your ascending triangle, it broke there. It didn't really follow the same pattern as BTC this last time. But again, you guys got to remember, if you look at this chart, the 50 MA can still cross over the 100 MA and the 200 MA in this fall. This could really, really get ugly for Ether. So just, again, keep that in mind. Ether's going down, and it's going down hard. I still believe that, we're looking at the 1 hour chart here for the Ether. I believe that 180, we could actually come back and test the 169 level, maybe even 166, and it could just keep going. So let's just keep on watching it. Let's see what it decides to do. So this is Ether again on. Yeah, Ether support should be around the 193 to 190 range, so we should see a little bit of a bounce around here. But again, I still believe that it's going down. So let's look at oops. Sorry guys, my computer's being retarded. Okay, there we go. So now we're back to BTC here. BTC is looking like it's ready to fall as well. Let's see what this candle does here. Again, you got the sequential 13 here and the green and the red 9s calling you, telling you that it's a possible long situation. But again, you need to have a green 2 above a green 1 to enter that trade, and we did not get that. So I wouldn't touch it. I'm going to go ahead and let it hold a little while. I believe that Ether will test the 180 mark to 170, and BTC we should definitely break down the 6K mark. So outside of that, I had a few yeah, if you would have done that, if you would have kept it open, you'd be balling. That's for sure. You'd be a millionaire today. So anyway, I do have a few things I want to go over today, guys. Outside of the charts, I mean, you guys kind of get the idea. Down is the way. Don't long it. I would definitely stay away from longing anything at this point. If anything, I'm building short across the board. So let's get into a few other things that I wanted to go over today. We do have the I've been talking to a few people about the BitMEX and TA training course. I'm just waiting for a few people to get in on it, and we'll get started there. You know, so basically what we're going to do in that is I'm going to go over a lot of basic TA, how to use the moving averages, how to use the Mgmt cloud, how to use your fib retracement level, stuff like that. Just simple basic TA that can definitely help you in your toolbox. So we're going to go over a lot of those things. We'll also have a Q&A in each one of those sessions, and I'm willing to we'll help you guys out with most of, if not everything, that you have questions about. So that's that. As well with BitMEX, we will be talking about how to use BitMEX, how to do averaging. I've had a few questions about averaging in positions and stuff like that, so that will be a part of it, and how I go about doing that. So that's something that if you guys are interested in, let me know. You guys can go to the website. I'll show you guys that now. Give me a second here. My computer's been being really slow and stupid lately. So anyway, once this loads up, I'll show you. You guys can go to the website, check us out there. If you go to the Start Thriving tab here, it'll bring you to our products. The VIP or the basic technical courses are right here. So you can just add that to your cart. It'll give us a notification, and we'll go from there. Once I get the first course set up, we'll probably do 10 seats. 10 seats per course. I'd like to hold this course next week, so if you guys are interested, please go to the website, jump in, do that. If you're not using BitMEX right now, we can help you with that. We can help you learn how to use it. We could also save you 10% on fees for 6 months if you use our link when signing up. Again, that is on our YouTube channel. If you look in the information there, it'll show it to you. It's there. Just click on it, sign up, and boom, you're in. It's really quite simple. So that is something that we will be doing. If you guys do want to get in on that, again, let me know. That is very possible. Again, if you're not a part of the VIP club, the VIPs have been killing it this week. So that's also available as well. Okay? So just wanted to go over that and show you guys that. Again, BTC is falling still. Ether still falling. So I think that's going to be the week trend here, is Ether down. So let's keep that in mind. If you guys have any questions, please throw them in the chat box. I've got a little bit more time here, so we can try and see what else there is for us to go over. But all in all, I believe that this is the market crash we've been looking for. It's about to happen. Finally, it looks like we're about to do it. So let's see what happens. But that's kind of the plan there. Let's see here. Also, Robinhood, if you're in the U.S. and you want to trade stocks, that's another thing that I'd be doing. I do as well, sorry. I trade a lot of stocks on Robinhood. It's completely free trading. It's pretty awesome. There's also a link there for that. If you guys sign up with it and fund your account, we'll both get a free stock out of it, so it's a pretty cool deal. Check that out as well. If you guys, again, if you have any questions, please ask them. If not, you guys can always PM me on Telegram or Twitter. I'm always there. Again, all of those links are referenced on this channel, so you guys can check all of that out. Outside of that, I don't really have much more to say. I still believe that things are about to get ugly, so just keep that in mind. See, I'm looking at the BTC chart right here on the 1 hour, and it's looking like the 50 MA is about to cross over the 128 MA, and then maybe even head down to cross back under the 200 MA. So this could get very ugly very quick, guys. Keep that in mind. I just feel that we're about to get really bloody, so keep that in mind. I will leave it at that today. Again, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and PM me on Telegram at BitMEX King or on Twitter at BitMEX King as well. And we will see you guys later, man. Have a good day. Enjoy the profits. Peace out.